it was a little too hot. Here we go again, third time's the charm. So far, we got 200 from before, 210 just now, and 223 with the methanol mix. All right, we got this on the dyno. It's relatively stock with a Brock exhaust, and we got the time that it started off at. These are the graphs of the yellow Busa, and I'm gonna look at them via time and compare them to a stock motor one. 1441 before we went through and ceramic coated it and timed the cams, and 1441 after all of that jazz. We're gonna look at the time. This one does not have the same temperature, unfortunately. It had better temperature, so its answers are going to be slightly skewed, but you can already see both the blue and the red are starting at about the same time at 50 mile an hour, and the blue one's definitely finishing way sooner. So let's get those numbers to a 6.08. So we got built motor on methanol. We got still a built motor, but not by us, on E85, and we got a stock motor. Keep in mind, this one has got a massive temperature difference. Unfortunately, I couldn't make that equal. Alright, so we got our graphs up on the dyno. You can ignore that 200 on that particular one. The torque is correct, but yeah, we got some spikes in the shifts there. I like showing those runs. But we made 177 on the first run of the day. 100 foot-pounds of torque, 101 foot-pounds of torque, round that up. Gasoline, we made 182.6 and 107 foot-pounds of torque. And E85, we made 186.5 with 112 foot-pounds of torque. And that was the run that you guys just saw. So I'm pretty stoked about that. At a 2.525, and we got 907 for the green one on E85. There is no ram air in either of these situations, so the E85 is 0.2 of a second faster. See what E85 does with ram air. nights ago by a big fucking margin. We got a different wheel on the back. That's a different tire. No more stupid correction factor shit. So the torque we made is the torque we made. So she's actually making 133 foot-pounds of torque, and without ram air, 247, which is a new record for the dyno. On ram air, 257 is peak horsepower. She's dripping a lot more. She likes the fuel fatter. Holy fuck. Not a new torque record, but definitely a new record. I got up on here the yellow one and the black one. So the yellow one's actually the blue run is its best run of the day, and the orange run is the best run of the black one that we built before. It's making some decent amount of power more. 257 versus the 255.6. One peaks out a little bit more and the other one hits a little earlier. But they're both making about the same. Slight differences in fuel between the two. They're running similar mix, but not the same. And the black one has our velocity stacks. This one does not. But this one also has a high compression piston, and the other one does not. Rest of the modifications are about the same. The exhaust on this is an M4. The other one is a C2. That green line is the before. The red line is some gasoline that is some race gas per se. It's not MR12, it's just 100 octane stuff. And then the green line that is in there, that is E85, and then the brown is a different, the dark blue is a different fuel. Here's what it looks like on the same gearing based on mile an hour. We got a methanol mix, E85 versus the pump gas. That's as close as I could get to the same gearing. This was 4th gear versus 6th gear before. We did a massive gearing change. There's the two graphs right there, both on the same fuel, same can of fuel. And this one has some weight reduction. We took the balance shafts out of it. It's got our electric water pump set up. I absolutely recommend that when it comes to running any sort of alcohol-based fuel. That is one thing that the Busa does not have. I'm extremely stoked with all the things of the day. She's outrunning it a bit, just a bit. So 7 seconds flat.